Yeah, but Evian there having the inside line and careful not to run too wide, almost taking it all the way up to the gravel trap there, able to hold on. But as we see in the background, it is Hoogland and Michalak taking the Joker lap early. So what can they do through the race, but what can Evian do with pressure from Ben-Philip Gundersen behind?
So a great comeback there from Marcus Hoogland, who we saw go first into the Joker lap. He managed to win Q3 Supercar lights and has put himself into a great position now for the semi-finals and finals. But all eyes now on Sondre Evian right up there in front, and in front of his countryman Ben-Philip Gundersen.
Pulling himself a nice gap here as we finish round one. Ben-Philip 0.7 back from him, so Sondre able to take his own lines, doesn't have to be too defensive, and can start to pump in the lap times.
We've seen all conditions today, Dan. This morning was rain. It's been heavy rain overnight. We had a damp track. The day has moved on, has progressed. What do you think it's like to drive out there now?
Yeah, so I think now we're seeing quite a dry line out there, and it should be fairly similar conditions to yesterday, maybe slightly slippier on the loose sections. As you can see, the dirt is quite dark, where it's a bit damper, but generally all round it's going to be quite a grippy track.
Oh, and very wide. Jonsson in the background there, in a pretty big fight with Hoogland. Slots in just behind Hoogland, but clearly not giving up there.
That's good news for Hoogland there, as Jonsson is yet to take a Joker, and he has not been able to hold him up too much. As we see Ben-Philip now in the Joker lap, what can he do compared to Hoogland on the merge?
So Ben-Philip, like you say, just went into the Joker lap. Well, what do you think about that strategy right there?
I think it was a good move from the JC Race Technic boys to get him in and out. Hoogland was on a big charge and had no traffic in front of him, so he was able to set fast lap times. So getting Ben-Philip in and out whilst they had the gap was a wise move.
So we still have Sondre Evian needs to go through the Joker lap. So does Leir Hall behind him. Ben-Philip Gundersen, as we saw, has been through to the Joker lap. So it'll be interesting now to see the gap and what the merge will be like. Where do they slot in? At the moment, it's Norway top three, followed by 3 Swedes. So a proper Scandinavian battle here in Supercar lights. And here we do have a merge. We have Sondre Evian out there in front of Ben-Philip Gundersen. So that strategy really paid off.
Yeah, fantastic job there by the JC Race Technic boys once again, getting Sondre in and out in front of Ben-Philip before they could allow him to set faster times. So able to come in and out whilst the gap was still there and not miss out on position.
And we're seeing, like the first semi-final, the pole sitter is headed towards a race win. Sondre Evian, pole sitter for this semi-final too, is in a good position on this final lap to take a semi-final win, putting him on the front row of the final.
And this just goes to show how important it is to get consistent results in qualifying, getting yourself a pole position start for the semi-final, and then able to go on to take the lead of the race. So him putting himself in a good position now for a front row start in the final once again.
So as they pass through the velodrome, down the hill towards that jump at speeds of well over 150 kilometers an hour, towards that final corner, it is double to Norway with Sondre Evian first, Ben-Philip Gundersen and Marcus Hoogland, finishing off the top 3. Sondre Evian finishing third in the final yesterday. He will be starting from the front row of the final today. Interesting to see if he perhaps could get a win. Let's have a look at the replay. Here is the start. Really good start from Sondre Evian. They're getting himself right into the lead at the beginning. Yeah, and a wise move there from Ben-Philip behind as well, backing out whilst he, when he knew he didn't have the first corner, and tucking himself in behind Evian so he didn't get hung out to dry. And Marcus Hoogland, as we see, first lap puts himself into the Joker lap, which really paid off, finishing third in the end. Yeah, fantastic job by the Team Farron guys who are running him this weekend to get him in the Joker lap in round 1, avoid all the carnage of the first couple of corners, and then allowing him to carry the race on to get himself into the final. So we are going to hear from race winner Sondre Evjen.
Well, Sondre, great job.
Yes, it was. I finally had a good start, so I'm really happy with that.
Good team tactics too with Ben Philippe and yourself.
Yes, we were agreed on what to do if that happened and that happened, so we kind of made everything clear before we went out, so it worked perfectly, for me at least.
And given how quick the pace in that race was with yourself, Ben Philippe, Marcus, how important was getting the start right?
I'm not sure how fast we were compared to the other ones, but you know, everybody in the final can win because the pace here is almost like 2 or 3 tenths, so we'll see. It's all about the start, and if we get another launch like this, then maybe we can get first around the first corner.
Great final ahead.
Thank you.
So happy winner there of semi-final to Sondre Evjen, and confirmation here he is at the top of the list moving to the final. So is Ben Philippe Gundersen and Marcus Höglund.